Hello, loved ones. This is Matt Stevens, and I am doing super fantastic, and I'm pretty sure you are too, or at least I hope you are. And I, I get on here and I talk a lot about spirituality and vibration and frequency, things like that. And I also talk a lot about polarity or duality, meaning everything, like it says in the Kabbalion, everything has its pair of opposites, right? So if something is this bad over here, it must be equally that good on the other side, because it is you have to have balance, or the yin and the yang, because you cannot have one without the other. You can't have good without bad. You can't have up without down. And I know some people might be like, yeah, we can't. No, not in this realm we can't. Now, there may be some angelic realm out there where everything is rainbows and butterflies and all that, and that's fantastic. I think that's great. But here we do have polarity, and and once we understand that and understand how it applies to our lives and all of that, and also how we're being attacked. It's like, what do you mean attacked, Matt? That sounds kind of negative. Well, I mean, I do accept the fact that there are negative things. There have to be negative things. If there's not, then we can't have positive things. Now, I'm not going to go down the whole conspiracy theory rabbit hole. Well, I'm going to touch on it because there are many, many theories as to why why these things happen. We can go like as far as Rene Descartes and his theory of the evil demon who has, for lack of a better word, hijacked our realm and is manipulating, keeping us in a low vibrational state. It's like, well, why would we be? What's the purpose of keeping us in a low vibrational state? Well, one would be to keep us recycling back into the system so that we don't grow and expand and then graduate up to another level and get out of here. That's one reason. Another is that whole theory of Loosh. Loosh being that low vibrational energy that we emit when we are in low vibrational states, such as fear, anxiety, guilt, worry, all of those things. When we are in those low vibrational states, we emit a low vibrational energy. Now, that much I will absolutely go with. Now, the whole theory of Loosh, I'm almost on board with it. I really am. The thing about that is it's a low vibrational energy. Now, the theory is that energy used as a sustenance for these negative beings, these negative entities that have hijacked and kind of oversee the whole construct? Maybe sustenance for them, maybe. Or maybe it is used to power this construct. And so therefore they need more of it to keep this thing going, because we've got more and more people in it, and it's requiring more and more power. But the good news is most people these days, not good news for us, good news for them, most people are in very low vibrational states anymore and are producing a lot of low vibrational energy. That's good news for them. However, and when we think of that, let's think of it in terms of the Disney movie Monsters, Inc., where the monsters would, in the middle of the night, go into these kids' bedrooms and scare the crap out of them, causing them to scream in fear and terror. And then they would collect that scream. Was it the scream or was it just the terror itself? Anyway, they would collect that as energy, which powered their realm, right? So that was always what they would do. So Loosh is kind of the same thing. And so that theory, I think it's got something going with it. I'll maybe get back with you on that someday. But Rene Descartes, he believed that, or he at least theorized, that there was some evil demon that has hijacked this realm for the purpose of enslaving us, for the purpose of, and it's like, well, why would you want to do that? Well, because producing that low vibrational energy that all these negative higher beings seem to love so much. And would that make us like farm animals? Yes, it absolutely would. Yep. And it would also serve them very well to keep us in that state. It's like, yeah, but how would they do that? Because once we come to some realizations, once we realize the principle of polarity, once we realize that if something is this far bad, then it has to mean that there is something that far good. How do we keep them here? Well, that's easy enough. Religion, news media, social media, lots of ways that they keep the public dumbed down and asleep and in a ever-present state of fear and anxiety. So it's not, but the beautiful thing about this is, though, at least for us, is that once we become aware of this fact, awareness is always the key. Once we become aware of this and think, okay, so I realize what's going on. Whether you believe in the evil demon hijacking this realm or not. I mean, we do have to believe that evil does exist. It just does. There cannot be good without evil. Hello, principle of polarity. What I'm talking about. So, but whether we believe it's an entity that is purposely keeping us down, keeping us as farmed animals, I don't know. But here's what I do know. This body that you are inhabiting currently, that your higher self outside of this is jacked into for the purpose of having an experience, yes. This body can only perceive, as we said, 40 to 50 bits of information per second. I'll even go as high as say, we'll go with the 50. And it's speculated that there are like 6 to 8 million bits of information being bombarded at you at any one time. And that it could be as high as like 11 million. And I don't think it matters once we get in the millions, whatever. It's like 1 million, 6 million, 11 million. If I can only perceive of 50, well, I don't think it matters anymore at that point. But it's like, well, why would we be bombarded with so much negativity? There must be some nefarious reason behind this. And to which I think, yeah, there probably is. Again, though, awareness is the key. Once we become aware of these things, once we realize this, that's when we can turn the tables. That's when we can reclaim our power. We can reclaim our sovereignty. But we have to understand that this avatar can only process 50 bits per second. So we have to be very vigilant in what we allow into our perception. Because if we are perceiving all the negativity from the news media, if we are perceiving all the fear from religion, if we are perceiving all of the anxiety and depression and all of that goes with our work lives, and I realize we have to go to work, but we do not have to participate in all of the anxiety and things that go along with our jobs. When we become aware of these things, it's like I'm getting bombarded from the news media, I'm getting bombarded from religion, I'm getting bombarded from this and from that and from everything. I need positivity. I need to raise my vibration so that I can enjoy this life and have beautiful experiences in this life. And I know, because of the principle of polarity, that beautiful experiences are possible. They have to be possible, because if they were not possible, then there would be no bad experiences. Because in order to have good, you have to have bad. So if something is this far to the negative, well, the good news is that it means equally to the positive is also possible. It's just, what are you going to choose to allow into your field, your perception? And now that you're aware of this, That's the great thing. So whether Rene Descartes' theory of this evil demon or this evil entity enslaving humanity and keeping us trapped in a loop to farm us for loosh, whether that's true or not, doesn't even matter anymore. Whether any of these theories or conspiracies or whatever, whether any of that is true, does not matter once we become aware of the fact that we do have power. Once we become aware of the fact that we are actually a higher being outside of here, jacked into here. Maybe our purpose is to come in here and turn the tables. That much, I couldn't tell you. That's pure speculation. Actually, that's something I just made up on the fly. But it's like we need to understand that we can only perceive so much. As amazing as this brain is, it still can only do so much. And now that you're aware, what we need to start blocking out the things that we do not want taking up our 50 bits per second that we can perceive. Starting allowing in the things that you do want to perceive. But it's like, is it any wonder that we're being hit with all of this stuff? Is it any wonder? I don't think it is. And that's when the conspiracy theory comes in. But it's like, yeah, but why are we being hit with so much negativity all the time? Why? And when I say we, I mean humanity. But why is humanity being hit with so much negativity all the time from every angle? News media, religion, you name it, everywhere. Why? It's to bog down your system, to bog down your perception with negativity. So you don't have time or any of that to focus on the positivity, focus on the positive things. That the law of polarity, the principle of polarity tells us must exist, because if it's negative, it must be equally positive. But you're hit with so much. That's not an accident. Do I think that there are elites in the world that probably are in the know and work for this? Some overlord? Maybe. I tend to believe there probably is some level of hierarchy with regards to that. Yes. I think there has to be. Because it is orchestrated. But, as I said, dear loved one, the good news is you are now aware of this. And you can block those things out. You can choose, I'm going to focus my attention. I'm going to allow good things into my field. I'm going to raise my vibration anyway. I am not going to be a low vibrational energy emitting somebody anymore. Nope. I am a sovereign, powerful, divine spark of the Creator. And I am here to overcome, and I'm going to overcome this negative feedback loop. So anyway, loved ones, yeah, just like a little pep talk, but keeping it in perspective. Don't get it twisted. There are things here that are negative. That's purpose is to keep you down. Don't get, how some people kind of think, oh, everything's just sunshine and rainbows. There's no negative higher influence. Yes, there is. There has to be. So anyway, loved ones, yeah, if you would, please give me a like on this video. I would so appreciate it. You can tell it's springtime. I'm kind of getting a little thing going on here. Bear with me, please. And, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. I would so appreciate that. And follow me on X. Everything I do, be it videos or audio podcasts or blog posts, anything I do, is posted to my X page, which is on Matt Stevens MSA. The audio podcast is My Sober Addiction, and that's what the MSA stands for. So, yeah, follow me on X. We can interact. We can all of that on the fly in real time. And yeah, that's what I got. I do love you. I do. And I'll be back directly.